What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Real Estate with Ryan, where we try and raise the financial IQ of every viewer like you. What are we talking about today? The different types of investments. So, we're going to dive a little bit into a specific investment, buy, hold investments. What does investment mean? Investment is anything you put your money into, really. I mean, it goes um, as simple as toothpaste, all the way up to as sophisticated as your asset portfolio. Okay, so what you invest in today, we're going to be discussing real estate investments. Okay, and we're going to dive a little bit into the buy hold investment sector. Now, what does buy hold mean? Buy hold means purchase of property that you or the investment group plans on holding for a longer period of time. I would recommend at least a year and a day. If you're going to do a buy hold, then that opens you up to the 1031 exchange. Okay, so please make sure you like, subscribe, because I will discuss 1031 exchange in some detail on another episode. So please check that out. Buy hold investment. So you plan on holding the property at least a year and a day, okay? And with that comes the expenses, but also with that comes the cap rate, okay? So we're gonna kind of dive into those specific areas today. When you have a buy hold investment, as I said, it does come with monthly allocated cost, to actually hold the investment at peak performance. There's two things that we look at when we're looking into a long-term investment, such as real estate, buy hold real estate. Okay, we're looking at cap rate, aka your monthly cash flow, and we're looking at two is the appreciating value, aka equity. Okay, so that's the two things that we look at. And with buy hold investments, I'm always looking at 5-10 years ahead of the market to see where are we going, what major differences in the market, what economy changes are happening. Is there any other development? Are there a group of investors? Is there a certain sector coming to your market? So these are higher level things that you look at when determining future value, aka appreciating value. Okay, so what I look at, very importantly, you're getting into long-term investing. You either want monthly cash flow, okay, your cap rate, or you want appreciation. Now, in the best markets like Las Vegas, you can accomplish both. So you can actually have a buy hold investment where you actually are cash flowing monthly and you're actually getting equity in the property at the same time. Now that's double dipping, okay? So let's get into an example. You guys know I really would like you guys to expand into the commercial sector. So we're gonna do a commercial property example today. Okay, so we're gonna do an 8-unit multi-tenant complex today, and we're gonna calculate what the cap rate is on that property, okay? So if you're looking to buy, hold, you definitely want to know what the overall market is doing so you can know whether your asset will be in an appreciating market or depreciating. You don't want to invest in that, but you want to see how much and how fast the market's appreciating. And then at the same time, more importantly, you want to look at the monthly cap rate. Okay, so we have an investment here, an 8-unit apartment complex. We just bought it, 500,000. Okay, so when we're calculating our cap rate, let's do a sales price, 500,000. Okay, so your SP's at 500. Okay, so our down payment, and I'm just gonna do numbers off the top of my head today. Let's do our down payment at 25% down. Okay, so let's do 125 on our down payment. Okay, you have your closing costs estimated around 3%, and all that. So to do the deal costs us about 150,000. Okay, just using some rough numbers. Okay, so it costs us out of pocket about 150 with the down payment, closing costs, and all fees associated. Now, let's just call the loan on this, we're about 350 to 375. Let's say the loan on this is sitting around 2500. Okay, so if we're around 2500, we're gonna obviously want your mortgage payment, taxes, insurance, and then there might be some other utility costs that you want to take on. When working with commercial property, you have to think about all expenses. So you might have energy that you take care of, power bills, you might have water. In most complexes, you're going to have water in apartment complexes. If it's a single family, you might not need to take care of the water, but in apartment complexes, most likely the landlord is taking care of the water as well. And then you might have landscaping. If there's other maintenance, you might have a gate that you have to upkeep. So different things for different properties, but it all falls under expenses when calculating your cap rate. Okay, so again, $500,000 sales price, 150,000 or so to do the deal. Okay, so now let's get into more of the ownership holding process. We just bought it, cost us about 150, but we now own an 8-unit in downtown Las Vegas. Fantastic. So now let's take our monthly cash flow. Okay, so we're going to look at the cap rate. So total investment about 150,000 right now. Okay, so what we want to look at now is the actual rent roll. What the rent roll is an account for the income and expenses and the date paid and things like that. Your management company will know exactly what to do there. But as far as basically, in a nutshell, you want to be able to calculate the incoming rents. Okay, so you want to total up the rent. So let's say on average we have $1,000 rents. Okay, so if we're getting $1,000, 8 units, 8,000. Pretty simple. Okay, so we're at 8,000, and we already said our mortgage is sitting, let's call it, 3,000 after taxes, insurance, and let's say after your management and all other expenses, let's just call this puppy 5,000 a month that it costs us. Okay, so all of our expenses for the property are at 5,000 a month. Our total income for the property is at 8,000 a month. So right now, monthly, we're cash flowing at 3,000 a month. Okay, so 8,000 on the income, 5,000 on the expenses, 3,000 on the monthly. So now, how to calculate your cap rate. Okay, so your cap rate's going to be calculated by taking the NOI, okay, the net operating income. Okay, so how you calculate that? That net operating income is you take the operating income, 8,000, minus the expenses, 5,000, and now you have your net operating income at 3,000. Okay, so you take the 3,000, you multiply it times 12. Why do you do that? You times it times 12 because now it will give you an annual report. We can calculate your return on the investment. Okay, so multiply the 3,000 times 12, that gives us 36,000. So you write that off to the side, the 36,000. Now we're going to go back into our initial investment cost. So to find out the initial investment cost, you go back to your sales price contract, and out-of-pocket cost, it was about 150,000. So when you take your monthly NOI, multiply it times 12, that gives you your net operating income. We take the 36,000 in our case, divided by the cost of the investment, the 150,000, and that'll give you a percentage. Okay, that percentage is called your cap rate. Okay, so the cap on this is 24%. Now your optimum cap rate should be anywhere from 6 to 8%. Obviously, these are little exaggerated numbers, but I just wanted you guys to understand the formula. Okay, so when you're trying to operate and figure out, what your cash flow is going to be, okay, in a buy hold investment, that's how it's done. You calculate the income, subtract the expenses, take that number, multiply it times 12 to get your annual income. You divide your annual income by the cost of the investment, thus gives you your cap rate. Okay, so again, cap rate, appreciation, these are the two things that matter when you're looking at a buy hold investment. Okay, so please like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to know more about. Please let us know, and we'll try and do our best to get that video up. We are taking recommendations, and let us know also if you yourself or you may know anybody, if you're interested in crowdfunding with another group, please let us know as well. Contact us at brothersinrealestate.com. Fill out the email form, and we will definitely get with you and set you up on your personal investment plan. Okay? So have a great day. I hope you guys got something from that, and we'll see you guys next time.